Hi ladies, and welcome back to Kindest Milk. It is the holiday and party season, and you're probably wondering, how on earth do you enjoy and navigate Christmas parties, nights out, Christmas dinner with friends and family as a breastfeeding parent? So in this video I will be sharing some basic tips that may help to make breastfeeding easier during this festive season. Hi, I'm Regina Kincaid. I'm an international board certified lactation consultant, mom of 5, and this will be my 10th Christmas breastfeeding. I have previously also shared a video on what I put in my changing bag for breastfeeding during the holidays, and I will leave a link to the video up here if you're interested. At the best of times, getting ready to go out can be such a headache, let alone when you're postpartum. So let's look at some breastfeeding friendly outfit options first. If you are taking your baby with you on your outing, then perhaps a two-piece option may be the more practical choice, or an elegant wrap dress. The color black is probably most forgiving when it comes to milk leakage, and even if you don't normally need to wear any breast pads anymore because your supply has regulated, you may find that you have longer feeding breaks when you're out socializing. So bringing a couple of breast pads along and also wearing a supporting bra that allows your breasts to fill up a little bit more than usual, that will keep you comfortable. If your baby is not removing your milk quite as regularly or as frequently as normal, you may find that you're becoming slightly engorged, and especially then it is important that your bra and bra straps are not cutting into your breast tissue to avoid the risks of developing blocked ducts and mastitis when you're out. Babies often make up for lost feeds at home, but if you find that you're becoming quite engorged when you're out, you can do some breast gymnastics to help move the fluid in your breast back into your lymphatic system and reduce the risk of inflammation. I will link a video about breast gymnastics here in the corner, and you can perhaps do them in the restroom or on your car journey if you're not driving. If you're exclusively breastfeeding a baby under 6 months, you may find that you will need to return within 4 to 5 hours home to your little one to breastfeed again, because otherwise you may become too full and too uncomfortable, unless you're planning on expressing when you're out. And if you're meeting friends for a girls' night in, this is certainly easier to do, but not necessarily entirely impossible when you're in a pub or a restaurant to even express discreetly with a hand pump under a scarf or a breastfeeding cover. If you don't have a breast pump with you and you find yourself filling up too much, it is also possible to just hand express into a cup or a sink. If you want to enjoy a glass of wine or a couple of drinks, it's not absolutely necessary to pump and dump, as long as you wait for up to 2 hours after a standard drink before you breastfeed again. Blood alcohol and milk alcohol levels are pretty much similar, and levels peak 30 to 60 minutes after consumption. So wait for up to 2 hours before you breastfeed again, so that your body can process the alcohol, and also have some food and water with your drinks, because that can help metabolize the alcohol and also prevent dehydration as you're continuing to make milk. A rule of thumb that is often shared on social media goes that if you don't feel that you're safe to look after your baby after a drink or two, then it is not safe for you to breastfeed either. And also have a plan in place who will take over or do the night shift when you have had some alcohol, or when you have been out, whether your partner or support person can take over the night shift with your baby or the babysitter, as it is not safe for you to co-sleep or bed share. If you're planning on going out without your baby, it may be a good idea to book a trial run with your babysitter, just for your own peace of mind. Most nurslings cope very well, even in your absence. Even if they don't follow their usual bedtime routine, they will be safe and sound with whoever is minding them and just make sure that your babysitter is familiar with with your choice of alternative feeding, whether that is express breast milk or formula, and that they are familiar with making up a feed, and that your baby is happy to take milk from a bottle or a cup. Even if they don't take their normal volumes, they will be fine and often will be making up for the lost volume on your return. This will be good for you, especially if you're full. If your baby is sleeping safe and sound when you get back, then it is probably a good idea to express and pump to comfort so that you don't get a breast inflammation. Unfortunately, mastitis, breast inflammation, is quite common during the holiday season. There's even the word Christmastitis going around on social media, and one of the main risk factors for mastitis is stress. So if at all possible, try and enjoy your time away from baby, your night out, but also plan in some recovery days and some recovery time in after, where you get to rest and just cuddle up with your baby and have your baby clothes for unrestricted access to feeding. I will link a leaflet from the UK Breastfeeding Network in the description box below if you want to read up more on signs, symptoms and treatment of mastitis, but the general approach would be to rest, to continue feeding on demand, apply cool compresses, and perhaps use some light breast massage, like stroking, not deep breast massage, some breast gymnastics, and some over-the-counter painkillers and anti-inflammatories such as paracetamol and ibuprofen if you don't have any contraindications, and seek medical advice if symptoms don't improve within 12 to 24 hours, or if you have a fever that is greater than 38.3 degrees Celsius. And last but not least, one of the most stressful things to navigate during the holiday season can be unsolicited advice from friends and family. Frankly, it's nobody else's business but yours and your baby's where, when, how and how long for you are feeding your baby, and breastfeeding in public is protected by law. However, when you're put on the spot, it may help to have some smart answers at the ready to leave your opponent speechless. So I have put together some samples of answers in real format, and I hope you enjoy it. And with this inserted video clip, I will end this video here, and I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday and a very healthy and happy New Year, and I hope your breastfeeding journey is going well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Ah, isn't he lovely? And he's breastfeeding. It's supposed to be best for them nowadays. He's feeding quite a lot though. She's nursing again. You sure your milk is enough for him? The fellas are coming back from the pub in 10. You may want to nurse in your sister's room. Actually, we're okay. We're perfectly happy where we are. Girls, the lads are coming over. But you're grand where you are. Do you mind? I feel more comfortable feeding in another room. Who wants a drink? Surely you can't have one. Too bad. No, it's fine. Top it up. I have some express breast milk for her, so we should be okay for the next 4 hours. Jesus, how are your boobs with all that feeding going on? How are your pies, Mary? If you gave her a bottle before bedtime, she'd sleep through the night, guaranteed. I gave your husband an 8-ounce bottle and he slept like a log.
Actually, it would be your son who would have to give a bottle if she does wake up at night.
Now, be honest. Until when are you going to nurse her?
Well, the WHO recommends exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months and then up to 2 years or longer, alongside the introduction of adequate complementary solid foods.
Till when? I probably won't wean her before her leaving cert.